Hello everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Kat. I am the Nurse Flipper. I'm a full-time reseller on many different platforms, and I'm happy to report on eBay, which is where we get our most online sales compared to the other platforms. The sales are up 72% over last month. So that is absolutely amazing. So I really would like to show you what is selling right now. I'm going to show you the top 15 things that have sold on eBay in the last 10 days. I'm also going to show you the top sales on Etsy, Poshmark, and Mercari. This way you know what's selling now. So if you happen to have some of this stuff, get it listed. If you don't, go out and maybe find some stuff like this. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's sold. So first we're going to take a look at my behind the scenes eBay numbers. I'm going to show you exactly where they're at, full transparency here, and then we'll go ahead and get into the sales. I want to thank you for being here. If you haven't already, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, make sure you're still subscribed. YouTube likes to unsubscribe people at random times for random reasons. So make sure you are subscribed, share with your friends if they're resellers or thinking about it. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Super excited to show you what is selling right now. So what we are looking at here is my sales for the last 31 days. So if you see the chart there on the right, you will see today we're at a whole $13. We've had slow days the last 2 days. So yesterday on Wednesday was 125. Tuesday was only 139. But if you look at the last week, we're over $2,000. My goal for each week, my first goal before we set a new one to attain, is $2,500 a week or $10,000 per month. Look at the last 31 days. They are up 72.8% with $8,800 being sold. And the last 90 days is just shy of 25,000, or it's just over 24, but 72% increase from last month. So let's take a look at exactly what is selling right now. So this first one has been here for a little while, not a long time, a little over a year, I would say. And this is a vintage Okimono Japanese bronze statue. I am coming out of the gates with the highest item. Here we are starting high, but I'm just going to show you the top 15 on eBay. So this guy I actually got in an online auction for only $20. I did send out an offer of $318. They accepted. That is about 30% off. And happy with this sale. 318 bucks. It's about a $250 profit. And I will show you him big here. And the warrior does come off, so I did take him off to ship him. But I show a bunch of different angles. The more expensive the item, typically the more pictures I am going to take. And here you can see on the bottom, it says Toyo. So that is how I knew what brand it was. And I was able to look him up. Only one had sold in the last 10 years. I did use WorthPoint to find him. And this was a wonderful, wonderful sale and great profit. All right, next, I posted about this on Instagram. This was an auction. It was a sterling panino, and there was only one other sold. It sold on auction. It went for $215. So I was really hoping for more around that $200 mark. You can see here my start price was $99.99. I only got 4 bids. It only went for $108.50. But I am only about $5 in. So this is still about an $85 to $90 profit. And it sold in 10 days. I did a 10-day auction on this. I don't run auctions a lot. I do have a lot going right now. I actually have over 20 auctions that are going right now. So on rare stuff or things that are high in demand, that is the time that you want to run auction. If there's an abundance of whatever you have, I do not recommend doing auctions unless it's something you simply just want to move. This one, I'm happy at that 108.50. I was hoping it would go for more, and it's still a really great profit. So we are going to have a lot of jewelry in this video because in buying all of the big lots I buy to sell on Whatnot, what happens is I find a lot of name brand, not a lot, but I find quite a bit of items that are name brand, just like this one we're looking at here. This is a Christian Dior. These are vintage clip-on earrings, and they sold for a best offer of $100. Again, these are in another lot. I only paid $5 for these. So sold them for $100. They're about a $75 profit, and they were listed less than 2 weeks. So really, really great sale and profit. Let me go ahead and show you guys what that Dior mark looks like. And here it is right here. It says Christian Dior. So watch for Dior. A lot of this stuff is not stuff I would automatically peg as being Christian Dior. So definitely check those signatures if you're buying jewelry. And this one was a really fast sale. Up next is this Coach purse. This I got in an online auction lot for $10. I accepted a best offer of $85 on this. I had it for about 2 months. So I'll go through here and show you the pictures. With purses, if they have a hang tag, I do like to zoom in on that. This one had some damage. You can see here there were couple of little tears. Show the handles very well from all angles. And then I also like to show inside of the bag as well as the tag. And I take all 3 measurements, put them in so somebody can actually visualize that. And this one was a great sale, $85 and about a $65 profit after fees. And about 2 months is how long that one took to sell. Here is a brooch, and I actually accepted a best offer of $80 on this one. The reason I did that is most of the ones listed, there were actually a couple listed lower than mine. There were some listed higher, but there were none sold of this brooch in the last 90 days. So I wanted to take that sale because there was no history of them actually selling. So I was glad when I got that $80 offer. The buyer that bought this actually also bought those Christian Dior earrings. So really, really good sale here. The same $5 in and about a $65 profit. And I'll show you again here on this brooch. Here, this one just says Dior. So watch those signatures. This one is a bigger brooch. It's about 3 inches. And this one, again, sold in less than 2 weeks. I love little mini picture frames. They are absolutely amazing. This one has a crackle effect. It is a really pretty gold frame. I will show you here. On the back, it does say made in Italy. This one sold for full price, and it actually only took about 2 weeks for this one to sell. Watch for those vintage miniature portraits and paintings, even prints that are in these gold frames. They are wonderful, wonderful sellers for me. All right, up next, this is a hand painted. This bowl is big, guys. This is a 14.5-inch centerpiece bowl. This one actually sold to a viewer, sold to Miss Roxanne. She's trying to build her feed back up so she can get rid of those lovely scammers on eBay. I picked this up for $3.99 at the thrift store. I did accept an offer from Miss Roxanne, and she did send me a note. Guys, if you send me offers on things, definitely send me a note, let me know. She sent me an offer of $44 on this bowl, and I accepted. So it's actually about a $30 to $35 profit. This one I had for over 2 years. If you see the blue background there, I haven't done those solid color backgrounds for quite a while. That's how I know how old this one was. So Miss Roxanne, thank you so, so much for your purchase, and good luck in your new eBay venture. All right, if you missed my short on Instagram, guys, we just bought 100 boxes. This is just one of them. I did get them from my co-host Rod, Picking and Punching, and we actually are taking a trip this weekend and getting a lot more boxes. I might actually do a video this weekend to show you guys exactly what we're getting, and it is going to absolutely blow your mind. If you do not know, empty boxes do sell. That includes phone boxes. Like this was a vintage purse box. Vintage, not vintage. This was an empty purse box. And also there are a lot of things. If you see an empty box, look it up. This one I accepted a best offer of $45. I did pay Rod $5 a box. So this one's about a $30 profit after fees. This one has only been listed about a week. So super happy to accept that offer with that $5 buy-in. And I will zoom in here and show you the different pictures we did of the box. We showed the inside from the side. Here is the back, as well as there is a dent on this one. So any flaws in any item I sell, whether it's an empty box or a breakable, I'm going to show that. You can see there's also a mark on the bottom. And with these boxes, just like purses, we're going to show all three of the measurements. But this one was a fast sale. Super happy to get it out of here, and a pretty good profit for a fast sale. Next, this little purse was listed less than a week. You can see it was listed on September 28th. This is a Dooney and Burke alphabet bucket bag. This one I picked up on auction for $10, and it sold for $45.49 really, really fast. Just a few days, and it is going to be about a $25 profit after fees. But I do want to show you here, if you see this 6, it's all messed up. I thought that was a flaw, but after looking at the same bag from many other sellers, it's messed up on everyone's. So I'm not sure if it was just the way it was constructed or they meant it to be this way. But again, always show the bottom of your purses for condition. Show the inside as well. Here again is with the measuring tape. That way they know the size. You still will get people measuring or messaging you, asking you, what size is this? Well, I simply say, please refer to the last photos. They include a tape measure, and that way they can go look for themselves. And this one was a really fast sale. So watch for bags. Just make sure you know that they are authentic. There are several different sites you can use. And yeah, be careful, guys. Just don't buy fakes. Up next, I love sweetgrass baskets. I love a lot of baskets, but this is a sweetgrass woven basket, double handle. I did put handmade fruit and centerpiece. You want to put what they can use it for. So this one I picked up in an online auction lot. I paid $7 for this. I accepted a best offer of $40, and it sold in 2 weeks. Really, really fast sale. Watch for baskets, especially sweetgrass, pine needles. You can see the woven coil here with the sweetgrass. This was an 8-inch basket, and you can see we show the height as well. This one is going to be about a $25 profit, and another really, really fast seller. Another name you need to know if you do not. This is Kenneth J. Lane. A lot of his pieces are simply marked KJL. I still have one of these, so if you like this rose brooch, I do have another one. This one is a vintage Kenneth Lane. This one, I accepted a best offer on this for $45. I'm only $5 in, so it is about a $35 profit. Sold in under a week. There's that KJL. I do lift up that pin so they can see that stamp, and again showing it with the tape measure. Really, really fast sale. If you get name jewelry, it's easy to check the comps, see what they're selling for, and see how fast they are selling. More jewelry. This is a vintage sterling silver piece. I typically can find buyers for vintage photographs a lot better on eBay than say on Whatnot. So most of my jewelry does sell on eBay here, as you see. This one I sent out an offer for 10% off, which is $40.94. They accepted, and it sold in about 2 weeks. So this one's kind of cool with the sepia tones. I show the front of the locket as well as the back. Now there is a dimple here on the back of the locket, and also you can see my front picture as the little girls, because I think versus showing the front of this locket, the photos inside would bring more attention. And this one was a very, very fast sale and about a $30 profit. So when I get in my sterling, there are some pieces like these earrings. I would expect them on Whatnot to sell for about $10. They were signed though, and I'm going to show you here the pictures. And they were signed Acleone, and that is a name. So I always look up the names, not always, but most of the time. And these sold very, very fast. They sold in under 2 weeks, and they sold for $40. So I got $30 more than I would have got had I sold these on Whatnot. So when I feel like there's a real big discrepancy, a lot of times I do put that stuff over on eBay if it's named. Now I will leave some high dollar stuff on Whatnot if it is something that's going to take a while to sell. And speaking of that, tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, I am doing all vintage and estate sterling. I do not think I pulled anything out of that. So there are a lot of amazing pieces. So make sure you come over to Whatnot to watch us. There are going to be brooches, earrings, bracelets, necklaces tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Come and see us. All sterling silver. I think I'm just going to do all $5 starts. So if you're a reseller, there are definitely some opportunities. So this one, $40 offer. It sold pretty fast, and it's going to be about a $30 profit for me because I'm only a few dollars in. Jewelry, surprise, surprise. So this is another one that I knew would have only sold for about 15 to 20 over on Whatnot. After you've been doing Whatnot a while, you kind of get a feel for what things will go for. This one was a signed vintage Malore, Italy. That is a name you need to watch for if you are a sterling seller. Malore pieces sell very well. This one sold for full asking price at $45.49. I'm about $5 to $7 in on this one. So it's about a $30 profit. And I will make these pictures big here. The clasp on this is actually really, really pretty. Almost looks like an 8 there. And then this says 925 Malore, Italy. It's hard to read on this one. Sometimes it's hard to get a good picture of those names. And you can see this one is almost an 8-inch bracelet. So this one was another one that sold in about 2 weeks. So pretty fast and a good profit. This is the last sale I'm going to show you over on eBay. This one is a towel. A lot of people don't think of towels. This one did take about 4 months to sell. I picked this up at a thrift store for $4. This one sold for a best offer on it, $25. So half of my asking price, but I only paid $4. I had it a while, and it's going to be about a $15 profit. These are really easy to ship. I just put them in a really big poly bag from Giaro Pack. They have great 24-inch by 24-inch poly mailers, and they are the cheapest place. So I will actually, let's go ahead. Let's take a look at Giaro Pack really quick here on screen share since I have it, so I can show you some of the different sizes that they offer. Right, so here's the Giaro website, and I actually use the 24 by 24 poly mailers for big things like that big towel. And here you can click, you can see all the different colors they have. And what did I pick? I think I have either Sakura Pink or their blue. I really like their blue. And you can get them for, it's 44 cents for a giant poly. This is the lowest price around. You can use my code, the Nurse Flipper, on this website, and you will get 10% off. So that means these would only be 40 cents each, but they do have all different sizes of poly mailers. And we use their bubble mailers as well. They are great quality. So go over and check out Giaro Pack for sure. I didn't plan on showing you this, but since we were talking about it, I figured I would. And that last one was the last eBay sale. So now we're going to take a look over at Mercari. So Mercari, Etsy, and Poshmark, we make about 10% of what we make over on eBay. So not a ton of sales, but it is a nice little addition. And a lot of that is I do not put a lot of effort. I don't send offers over on Mercari. I do have an auto program to send out offers on Posh, but over on Mercari, we pretty much list it and forget it. And that same app I use actually refreshes stale listings, but this one was just listed 2 days before it sold. This is a vintage Ingram Viceroy pocket watch. It sold for $38. Another item from a jewelry lot. You can see I just showed the front and back, so not a ton of time into these pictures. And here I want to highlight, I did do this sold as is, not tested, because the value of it was under $50, even if it was fixed. So I didn't want to bring it to the jewelers, but this one was a really fast sale. Next, here on Mercari, another vintage photo frame. This one's 8" by 6 inches. I did accept a best offer of $40. I am $5 in, so this one's about a $30 profit. So again, these ornate frames are something I love to pick up. This one's not a miniature though. It's 8 inches, not big, not super hard to sell. This one also has that made in Italy. You can see I did zoom in here on that. And then here is the back of this one. So really good profit. This one did take a couple of months to sell. All right, another box, guys, another box. And you will see we are going to have some more boxes coming in here soon. This is another one from Rod. I paid $5. It's 9 inches by 6. This is not a really big box. Sold for $20. If you do get empty boxes and they have accessories with them, like this one had the ribbon, you want to make sure you put that in the title because people are looking for stuff like that. So with this one, it's about a $10 profit, sold in about a week and a half. And again, you want to show all angles because if there are flaws on these, you really want to show it. And then do the 3 measurements with the ruler. This one did not have flaws. It was just a smaller box, but really, really fast seller and not too bad of a profit. All right, last on Mercari before we jump over to Poshmark sales. This is one of the items out of my Boxy Charm box. This is a Natasha Denona Retrogram palette. I do... Retro glam. I made up a new word, retrogram. This palette, I do want to point out, it actually sold twice. So I want to tell you about what happened so it doesn't happen to you over on Mercari. So the buyer bought this. I accepted $29 on 32. And what happened was she accidentally put the wrong address. She had not updated to her new address. She wrote me, let me know. So I canceled the order for her and then I reposted it. What I didn't know on Mercari, when you cancel the order, it is automatically put back up. So in the 2 minutes, she bought the one I relisted. Somebody else bought that one I had canceled. So this actually sold twice, both on Mercari. So be careful if you cancel orders on Mercari because you don't have it or it's damaged. You need to make sure you make that item inactive or delete it or it will double sell like what just happened here. So paid $5 for this in the Boxy Charm box. It's about a $20 profit. And with the palette, I show the front and back. We did zoom in here so they could see the colors of eyeshadow included and also show it open and that it is brand new, never used. You should not ever sell used makeup. Keep that in mind for sanitary reasons. But this one was a pretty good profit from a monthly box subscription box. All right, that was last on Mercari. Now we're going to head over to Poshmark. This is another jewelry item I pulled, another one that I felt would only go for $5 to $10 over on Whatnot. This is a Juicy Couture 2008 ring necklace. So the pendant is this little ring, and this one sold on Poshmark really fast. You can see it here hanging on the display. 2008 School of Couture. And it is a 20-inch necklace. So good sale, 26 bucks. I'm only a couple dollars in, and it will be about a $15 profit. The boxes are selling everywhere, guys. This one sold over on Poshmark. This one is tiny. This one is 2 inches by 3 inches. It is a little jewelry box. sold for $14. Again, I paid Rod $5. So this one's only about a $4 to $5 profit. Sold really fast, and it's a very, very small box, super easy to ship. This one actually went in a priority box because with Poshmark, the majority of sales are priority, so you can use those free priority supplies. And make sure that label says priority, because Poshmark will do ground on some items. So if you get a ground label, you are going to have to use your own box. Just keep that in mind. All right, also over on Poshmark, we sold this vintage frog planter. This one, you can see again, I'm putting keywords for what they could use it for. I put studio pottery vase, mini succulents, African violet. This was a really cute planter I picked up at, I think I picked this up at Mount Dora at the antique fair. I will show you some more pictures of it. This one I did have over a year, so I had it quite a while. I was surprised because it was a super cute planter, but it's only 3 inches, sold for $20. So it's about a $10 profit after those Poshmark fees. Coins. These coins came in one of my jewelry lots. I looked them up. I actually lotted them together to get a bigger sell. They sold on Poshmark. I was really, really surprised at that. The 2 sets sold for $48 on Posh. I am honestly less than $5 in on both. So these are about a $35 profit, and they sold in only a day over on Posh. And they are the last Poshmark sale I'm going to share. So now we're going to move over to Etsy. Etsy is the last platform, and show you what we have been selling over on Etsy. This is a Better Homes and Gardens tablecloth. This one sold for $33 over on Etsy. You can see we show it up close there. And here's the limited edition. So this one should not have been on Etsy. It is from 2011. I tell my mom to only put vintage items over there, and sometimes she doesn't pay attention, but it happens. It happens, guys. But it did sell on Etsy. You can see the beautiful red cardinal on there, and it is 70 inches round. The holidays are coming. Holiday stuff is coming, and $33 sale. Picked it up at the thrift store for $3 and about a $25 profit. Also over on Etsy, this is a vintage Jeffrey Bean sweater. It is 100% lamb's wool. Picked this up at the thrift store for $1 into $27.95, so about a $20 profit. It did take about 4 to 5 months to sell. You can see here I have a close-up of the tag. It is 100% lamb's wool, as well as a photo of the back. We show the armpit to armpit measurements, as well as the neck to hem. And this one was a pretty good sale on Etsy, especially for $1 buy. This is the cutest little Jack in the Box. It is a shilling silly circus clown. I picked this up at a thrift store down in Tampa when I went down to a List Perfectly event. Speaking of, List Perfectly is who I use to share out all my items, and they now have auto delist, guys. If you list stuff with List Perfectly, they now have where it will automatically end it on the other platforms. I know a lot of you have told me that is what you have been waiting for. So if it's what you've been waiting for, it is here. Use my code, the Nurse Flipper, 30% off of your first month. They do have auto delist, guys. Great, great feature. Here you can see this one. I show many pictures because there are scratches on this. So you really want to highlight those defects so they know exactly what they are getting. Here is the top of this one as well as the bottom. And here it is out of the box, and it's about 6 inches square. Not a bad sale. Did take a little bit longer. Took about 4 to 5 months, but it is about a $15 to $16 profit. Jewelry is selling everywhere as well, guys. So you've seen jewelry sales on Etsy, eBay, and Mercari. Now you are seeing them on Etsy. The jewelry will sell everywhere. This one is a vintage brooch. This one was named Vans, not a name I was familiar with. Have $5 in it, sold for $44, so about a $35 profit. This is an AI photo. That is not one of my backgrounds. And then you see I show it here on plain white. Here it is from the side, from the back. You can see the Vans Authentic there. So make sure you show that in the pictures. I do zoom in closer for them. And this one sold in under a month as well. So this one was a really fast seller too. Up next, if you do not know about these Royal Doulton Pretty Ladies, definitely learn. This one sold for $67.59, but a lot of them sell for hundreds and hundreds of dollars. This one sold really fast. It sold in about a week. I did pay up for this though. I paid, I think, $25 to $30. So it's only about a $30 profit. But the nice thing here is that it was in the original box. So you can see all angles, the bottom as well, still has that original sticker. So if you found it in a thrift store, that is what you would be looking for. And it's really easy to look up that HN 5377 that's on the bottom. And the box is in poor condition. I actually had somebody else write me and ask if I had another box. I told them I did not. This was vintage with its original box. And it ended up selling over on Etsy for $67. But again, check those numbers because a lot of these are worth a lot more. Okay, last on Etsy, this is actually a vintage Sears robe. This one sold over on Etsy for $29. This is another dollar clothing buy for me. So about a $25 profit. Only took about 2 months to sell. Now I do show here that vintage Sears tag. Here is the back. It did have the tie. And watch for vintage robes because a lot of them can be super valuable as well. All right. That was everything. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Come see us tonight on Whatnot. If you are looking for Christmas presents, stuff to resell, the sterling silver is out of this world. Again, rings, brooches, necklaces, bracelets, tons of sterling silver items tonight, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Share this out if you haven't already. And I look forward to showing you guys my big buy that I will be doing over the weekend. So we're going to South Florida this weekend and making one of the biggest buys I have ever made. And definitely the biggest one I bought in a long time. So see you guys next time. I hope you have a wonderful weekend.